Adam Joseph Copeland was born on October 30th, 1973, in Orangeville, Canada, to his mother Judy Copeland, and grew up with a deep passion for athletics and performance, gravitating toward wrestling from a young age, where he demonstrated both physical prowess and a natural sense of showmanship that would later define his career. His formative years were marked by rigorous dedication to training and building his body and craft, as well as balancing family responsibilities and early financial pressures common to aspiring athletes, which helped instill a sense of financial prudence that he would carry throughout his professional journey. Entry into professional wrestling. The late 1980s and early 1990s presented a landscape in Canadian professional wrestling that was both vibrant and unforgiving. Independent promotions thrived in pockets across the country, but opportunities were scarce, competition fierce, and financial reward minimal. For Copeland, stepping into this world meant embracing uncertainty, enduring grueling schedules, and confronting the constant possibility of failure. Early matches often paid little more than a few $dozen, and the physical demands were immense, requiring him to travel long distances in sometimes harsh conditions, perform in venues lacking the comforts of modern facilities, and engage in a learning curve that combined athleticism with improvisational storytelling. Even as a young wrestler, Edge understood that success required more than raw talent. He immersed himself in studying established wrestlers, learning the mechanics of in-ring psychology, timing, and crowd engagement. He became keenly aware that professional wrestling was as much about narrative and character development as it was about athletic skill. It was this dual understanding of the physical and performative dimensions that would eventually propel him beyond the constraints of the independent circuits. Early career struggles and WWE signing. By the mid to late 1990s, Edge's perseverance began to yield tangible results. Despite the modest financial compensation and physical strain of the early stages, his reputation grew as a dedicated, reliable, and innovative performer. He navigated a precarious professional landscape in which securing a long-term contract with a major promotion often hinged on both in-ring skill and the ability to cultivate a compelling persona. Edge's journey took a pivotal turn in 1998 when he signed with World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, a moment that marked the transition from promising independent talent to emerging star. This milestone offered not only financial stability, but also an unprecedented platform for exposure. WWE, at the height of the Attitude Era, was a landscape where bold characters and high-octane storytelling captivated millions of viewers. And Edge's combination of athleticism, charisma, and creative insight allowed him to stand out. However, this transition was not without its challenges. Entering WWE meant adapting to a schedule that demanded relentless travel, frequent high-stakes performances, and exposure to high-risk maneuvers that could exacerbate even minor injuries. The early days of WWE were an intensive apprenticeship in endurance and professional discipline. Edge had to balance the excitement of opportunity with the sobering reality of potential physical harm, navigating a world where one misstep could have career-altering consequences. The early WWE years laid the foundation for a career built on resilience, calculated risk, and strategic self-awareness. Rise to prominence. In WWE, Edge's WWE tenure from 1998 to 2011 was characterized by a steady ascent from a talented rookie to one of the most celebrated and versatile performers in professional wrestling history. His evolution was shaped by both the physical demands of the sport and the strategic cultivation of his in-ring persona. Known for his high-risk maneuvers, dramatic storytelling, and magnetic presence, Edge captivated audiences with performances that were at once athletic exhibitions and narrative experiences. Edge's career highlights include multiple world championships and memorable feuds with some of the industry's top talents. But beyond accolades, his success reflected a keen understanding of opportunity and timing. He mastered the balance between spectacle and sustainability, knowing when to push the limits of performance and when to safeguard his body for longevity. His innovative approach to matches, from ladder and TLC, tables, ladders, and chairs, contests, to high-profile pay-per-view events, earned him both fan adoration and professional respect, establishing him as a performer who could elevate any storyline or event. In addition to his in-ring success, Edge demonstrated an acute sense of career strategy. He navigated contract negotiations, sponsorships, and merchandising opportunities with the same precision he applied to his physical performances. His ability to combine creative ingenuity, athletic skill, and financial awareness allowed him to secure stability in a profession marked by uncertainty and frequent turnover. Simultaneously, he managed personal commitments, including family and marriage, which required thoughtful balancing of professional ambitions and personal responsibilities, health challenges, and forced retirement. Despite his accomplishments, Edge's career trajectory was profoundly affected by health challenges, culminating in his early retirement in 2011 due to cervical spinal stenosis. This condition, which involved a dangerous narrowing of the spinal canal, placed immense pressure on his spinal cord and nerves, creating a situation in which continued performance could lead to paralysis or long-term disability. The diagnosis was a turning point. For Edge, retirement was not a choice born out of preference, but of necessity. The decision to step away from a career that had been central to his identity for over a decade was emotionally and psychologically complex. Beyond the immediate physical limitations, he faced the challenge of reconfiguring his daily life, transitioning from a schedule defined by rigorous training and frequent travel to one constrained by rehabilitation, medical oversight, and the search for new personal and professional purpose. The period following his retirement required careful management of finances, as the abrupt cessation of WWE income necessitated a re-evaluation of long-term stability. Edge had to draw upon savings, investments, and income from secondary sources such as merchandise and sporadic media appearances, underscoring the interplay between health crises and financial planning in high-risk professions. Emotionally, he navigated the loss of professional identity while maintaining connections with the wrestling community, demonstrating resilience in the face of abrupt career disruption. Financial management and strategic planning. The financial dimension of Adam Copeland's life, particularly during periods of transition and adversity, underscores a critical yet often overlooked aspect of a professional athlete's journey: long-term planning and foresight. Edge's accumulation of wealth over his years in WWE was substantial. Championship victories, lucrative merchandising deals, personal appearances, and endorsements created a financial cushion that many in the wrestling world aspire to achieve. However, the abrupt nature of his initial retirement brought a new challenge. Suddenly, the consistent influx of income from weekly performances and marquee events was no longer guaranteed. The lifestyle, obligations, and expectations that came with years of professional success required careful budgeting, strategic thinking, and an appreciation for the impermanence of a physically demanding career. Edge approached these challenges with the same calculated mindset that had distinguished his wrestling career. Recognizing the finite nature of athletic performance, he diversified his sources of income, exploring avenues beyond the squared circle. Acting roles, media appearances, and public engagements became not just supplemental income, but platforms for creative expression and personal development. Each decision was deliberate, grounded in an understanding that financial resilience was inseparable from professional longevity. This period of strategic planning not only allowed him to maintain his lifestyle, but also provided an opportunity to cultivate new skills and broaden his horizons, an essential foundation for the subsequent chapters of his career. The broader implications of Edge's financial acumen extend beyond personal security. Professional wrestling, like many high-risk sports, is inherently volatile. Careers can end suddenly due to injury, declining performance, or changing market dynamics. By leveraging earnings wisely and preparing for uncertainty, Edge exemplified the foresight necessary to navigate the precarious world of professional athletics. His choices reflect a deep understanding of the pressures and vulnerabilities that come with public performance, offering an example for both contemporaries and aspiring athletes in the wrestling community. WWE Comeback and Reinvention. After nearly a decade away from active competition, Adam Copeland's return to WWE in 2020 was nothing short of extraordinary. His comeback was not a spontaneous decision born of nostalgia or fan expectation. It was the culmination of meticulous preparation, disciplined rehabilitation, and an evolved understanding of performance risk. The world of professional wrestling had changed in his absence, but his commitment to excellence remained steadfast. Returning to the ring after years of forced inactivity due to cervical spinal stenosis required both physical readiness and a profound psychological resilience. Edge's approach to his comeback demonstrated a strategic adaptation of his wrestling style. No longer could he rely solely on high-risk maneuvers that had previously defined his matches. Precision, timing, and calculated risk became paramount. Each move was carefully considered, with a constant awareness of his physical limitations and long-term health. Collaboration with medical professionals and conditioning experts ensured that his neck and overall physical integrity were protected, reflecting a commitment to responsible performance and sustainable career management. Fans, long accustomed to seeing Edge deliver high-octane, boundary-pushing performances, were treated not only to his return, but to a refined, intelligent, and emotionally resonant evolution of his in-ring identity. This period highlighted the mental and emotional fortitude required to re-enter an elite competitive environment after an extended hiatus. Beyond the physical challenges, Edge faced the immense pressure of expectation. Fans, critics, and fellow performers watched closely, anticipating whether he could recapture his former brilliance, while managing the risks that had once forced his retirement. His successful return was a testament not only to his talent, but to his psychological resilience, a quality often underestimated in the world of professional athletics. Transition to All Elite Wrestling and recent injury. Following his reinvigorated tenure in WWE, Edge transitioned to All Elite Wrestling, performing under his real name, Adam Copeland. This move was emblematic of his adaptability and willingness to embrace new challenges, positioning him within a fresh organizational environment while maintaining the core elements of his in-ring persona. Copeland's presence in AEW carried both immediate star power and a wealth of technical expertise, enriching the promotion's roster and offering fans compelling, high-profile matchups. One of the most notable moments of this chapter came during a high-stakes barbed wire steel cage match against Malachi Black, a contest emblematic of Edge's enduring commitment to pushing the physical and psychological boundaries of performance. The match, while thrilling for audiences, also served as a stark reminder of the inherent dangers of professional wrestling. During the encounter, Copeland suffered a fractured tibia in his left leg, adding another significant injury to a career already marked by physical adversity. This incident illuminated the persistent vulnerability of even the most experienced performers. Years of accumulated skill and tactical awareness could not fully mitigate the risks of a high-contact, high-intensity sport. The injury required a carefully managed rehabilitation process, emphasizing the interplay between medical oversight, strategic rest, and gradual return to performance. Despite the setback, Copeland's commitment to his craft remained unwavering. His AEW tenure demonstrated not only his technical proficiency, but also his resilience and adaptability, navigating a new wrestling landscape while continuing to engage audiences with top-tier performances, career achievements, and contributions. Edge's impact on professional wrestling is multifaceted, extending far beyond the accumulation of championships and accolades. His pioneering approach to high-flying techniques, risk-taking maneuvers, and storytelling has left a lasting imprint on the art form. Matches that combined athleticism with intricate narrative arcs became hallmarks of his career, demonstrating that wrestling is not solely a physical endeavor, but a medium for engaging, emotive storytelling. His contributions also extend to mentorship and leadership within the wrestling community. Edge has guided emerging talent, sharing insights into in-ring psychology, audience engagement, and career management. By modeling disciplined health practices, advocating for awareness of injury risks, and exemplifying professional longevity, he has offered a holistic framework for sustainable success in a physically demanding profession. Edge's legacy includes the reinvention of the TLC, tables, ladders, and chairs, match format, which became a cornerstone of high-risk performance in professional wrestling. His innovative use of props, combined with precise timing and choreography, elevated the spectacle while maintaining a narrative purpose. Beyond these technical contributions, Edge's work exemplifies a fusion of creativity, athleticism, and strategic thinking, setting a standard for wrestlers who seek to balance showmanship with safety and sustainability. Personal life and family. Outside the ring, Adam Copeland has cultivated a life grounded in meaningful relationships and family connections. His marriage to fellow WWE star Beth Phoenix in 2016 marked a period of stability and shared understanding, following earlier marriages to Alana Morley and Lisa Ortiz. These personal experiences reflect a journey of growth, adaptation, and emotional resilience, echoing themes found in his professional life. The support of family and close relationships has been integral to Copeland's career. Managing the demands of professional wrestling, frequent travel, physical risk, and public scrutiny requires not only discipline, but a strong personal foundation. His family life provided emotional stability and motivation, reinforcing the importance of maintaining balance between professional ambition and personal well-being. Financial planning, emotional intelligence, and deliberate scheduling have all played roles in allowing Copeland to navigate the complex interplay of career demands and family commitments. Health management and rehabilitation. Adam Copeland's career serves as a case study in proactive health management and disciplined rehabilitation. From the challenges posed by cervical spinal stenosis to the recent fracture of his tibia, his experiences underscore the necessity of careful planning, medical collaboration, and patient recovery strategies. Edge's approach to health has consistently prioritized long-term functionality over short-term gain, reflecting an understanding that career longevity depends upon sustainable physical practices. Strategic rest, tailored conditioning programs, and a commitment to rehabilitation have been cornerstones of Copeland's ability to return to high-level performance despite severe injuries. His career illustrates that elite athletes must balance ambition with prudence, negotiating the tension between pushing physical boundaries and maintaining health. These lessons resonate across professional sports, emphasizing that sustainable success relies on comprehensive attention to the body, guided by expert medical oversight and personal discipline. Financial strategy and career resilience. Copeland's financial strategy throughout periods of uncertainty further illustrates the importance of integrating career planning with personal security. By leveraging his earnings from wrestling, endorsements, acting, and media appearances, he ensured that disruptions, whether due to injury, retirement, or organizational changes, did not compromise his standard of living or ability to pursue new opportunities. His experience highlights the unique pressures faced by professional athletes, particularly in high-risk sports. Careers can be abruptly shortened, and income streams may shift unpredictably. By engaging in deliberate budgeting, strategic investment, and exploration of alternative revenue streams, Copeland safeguarded his financial stability while continuing to invest in his craft. This approach demonstrates that long-term financial resilience is not merely a matter of accumulated wealth, but of strategic foresight, adaptability, and an understanding of the broader economic realities of professional performance, influence, mentorship, and legacy. Beyond his own performance, Adam Copeland has profoundly influenced professional wrestling through mentorship, guidance, and advocacy. His role as a mentor extends to in-ring technique, health management, and career strategy, providing a model for sustainable professional development. Through both personal example and direct instruction, he has shaped a generation of wrestlers, emphasizing that true success combines talent, ambition, and responsible decision-making. Edge's legacy is multifaceted. It includes his memorable matches, championship achievements, and innovations in performance style. But it also encompasses the cultivation of a community of wrestlers who value safety, strategic thinking, and resilience. His influence demonstrates that professional excellence is inseparable from mentorship and thoughtful stewardship, creating a lasting impact that extends far beyond individual accolades. Current status and outlook. Currently, Adam Copeland remains active in All Elite Wrestling, adapting his style to accommodate prior injuries, while delivering performances that are both innovative and engaging. Even as he navigates the rehabilitation process for his fractured tibia, he continues to serve as a figure of resilience, adaptability, and strategic foresight. His career demonstrates the delicate balance between physical vulnerability and professional ambition, illustrating that athletes can continue contributing meaningfully while prioritizing long-term health. Copeland's current trajectory reflects the integration of preparation, rehabilitation, and measured risk-taking. His example underscores that high-level performance in professional wrestling, or any high-risk sport, is achievable when guided by discipline, medical expertise, and strategic pacing. For fans and peers alike, his ongoing career offers inspiration, showing that endurance, adaptability, and intelligent decision-making can sustain success even in the face of significant adversity. Conclusion. The life and career of Adam Copeland, Edge, paint a narrative of perseverance, strategic foresight, and human resilience. From his formative years in Orangeville to the global stages of WWE and AEW, he has navigated the intricate challenges of professional wrestling with a combination of talent, intelligence, and determination. His story demonstrates that professional achievement is inseparable from personal prudence, health management, and meaningful relationships. Through championship victories, high-profile matches, mentorship, and advocacy for injury awareness, Edge has left an indelible mark on professional wrestling. Yet, his legacy transcends statistics and accolades. It is also found in the values he embodies: resilience, discipline, and the capacity to adapt. Ultimately, Adam Copeland's journey is a deeply human story, reflecting both the exhilaration and the hardships of a career defined by physical risk, public scrutiny, and personal ambition. It illustrates that triumph in professional sports is achieved not only through raw talent, but through foresight, strategic planning, and the cultivation of emotional and financial resilience. Edge's enduring passion for performance, commitment to craft, and thoughtful stewardship of his career offer a blueprint for sustaining excellence, making his legacy a lasting inspiration for both peers and future generations of professional wrestlers.